Alright, so in this video, it is to break down on how to read the Rune page and understand the various functions and buttons and other small mechanics here and there. I'm not going to go into giant mechanics about how to do some things. If you do have a question about something, you can put it in the comments below, or if you want to add on to some of the stuff that I said, you can do it as well. Before you watch this video, you may want to watch the video talk about why runes are important, but if you are familiar with why they're important and you don't need a breakdown on that, continue on. So, when it comes to runes, getting to the rune page, there's a number of ways to do it. One, you could go to the monster tab and then click on this rune palette up here on the upper right, and it will take you to the rune page. Obviously, if you go back to this menu again, you can obviously hit on that rune button over here right next to that monster tab. It'll take you right there. Another indirect way would be to go over here, click on runes, and you'll be able to get to that page. Now, there's a lot of things to kind of stare at, but it's not that bad. Most of the stuff you'll see on the left side over here is pretty much your monster information. It's going to tell you the particular stats that they got. It's going to tell you what sets are active because you fulfilled the conditional. When it comes to the preset and unequip, this is an option to save your rune setup. So if you do want to swap between different sets, you can do that on the fly with this sort of option. There is a way to get more of these. It will cost crystal. Everyone gets 3. And then if you want to expand it, you can. Note that this will be shared between your summoners on that same account. So you don't need to worry about unlocking this sort of function for all of your various summoners. But there's that. When it comes to this little option down here, it allows you to swap between the various summons that you have. So if I want to, you can swap between Bastet, and then Theo, and then Chloe, and just look at their stuff. Over here, these 2 buttons on the very bottom left pretty much is your filter tab. So if you want to search or look up a specific creature, let's say I want to look for creatures that are at a 6-star, that has the dark attribute, and then, sorted by the highest power to the lowest, it's going to do that. I only got 2 creatures that are dark and at level 6 specifically, but you can toy around with that at your own discretion. So that's the filter button, and pretty much the left side is your monster and what runes they particularly have. Wait, why am I trying to say it like that? The runes that they have, and then the sets that are active. Now, at the very middle, you see this entire list. Pretty much this is the runes sets that are out there in the game. So right now we got Energy, Guard, Blade, Rage, Fatal, Swift, Focus, Endure, Foresight, and Assemble. And you can click on these various ones so you can easily just focus on that set. So if I want to just stare at all my guard runes, just click on that and you can see all the same icon, the same symbol for guard runes is over here on the right. So that's an easy way to just look through it. Now, there's also a rune storage over here, and this allows you to just store some runes you may not use, but you may want to toy around with later. You can just shove it over here on the left. You can unlock more of it if you, once again, use crystals, and most likely it's going to be shared between all your characters on the account. So there's that. Now, let me unequip Theo's stuff real quick, because you kind of need to stare at this. The rune palette, if it is empty, it will show you placement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything that's on the right side of the screen from here on out is just focused on the rune. So you can see up here on the top, there's a bunch of numbers as well. And there's a bunch of numbers over here in the rune palette. So pretty much this is showing the placement of the runes. So if you want to stare at what goes in rune slot number 1, it will select all the runes. Granted that you also select all runes over here. If you want to be specific with this certain set, you can click on the set and then click on this, and it will filter out all the various runes that you have. And that's in like slot 1. It will show you the very specific set you're looking for. So for slot 1, you can see that. It will also try to highlight it over here if you quickly glance to your left. So you can see for slot 2 is that upper right point. 3 is the bottom right one. 4 is going to be at like the 90, the very south direction. 5 is the bottom left, and then 6 is the upper left of this star. That I don't even know what to call this. Hexagon star? 1, 2. No, this is not a hexagon star. There's more points. Anyways, ignoring what I'm trying to describe in terms of this shape, The other buttons you see over here, pretty much this one is the same thing, a source filter. So if you want to look at some specific stuff, let's say you want to get rid of all your 3-star, 4-star, 2-star, 1-star runes, you can do that. Hit all runes, and you can see that it will filter all the various things and show you the thing you're asking for. So let us just do that again. If you hit the disassemble button, it's going to take you over here where you can break apart these runes. I'm gonna keep that one actually, so I'm not gonna do that. And then you get to see auto equip. I don't know if it did a good thing when it did that. Actually, it looks like it's it took the set that I already took off of it earlier. So I'm gonna take that off again. The auto equip, and then there's this one which allows you to expand your bag. Now some other things to note, especially when you go over here, there's gonna be 3 other buttons you can see: enhance, equip, disassemble. You can see a lock option over here. So if you know you might disassemble this, you may want to lock your rune, especially if it's good in terms of its rows. There's an option to lock it so you can protect it from accidentally deleting it. So there's that. If I do hit the enhance button, it will take you to this screen. This is your enhanced rune page. You can see that if you hit these buttons, it's going to allow you to enhance stuff. There's going to be +3, +6, +9, +12, +15. +15 is the max. Obviously, if you want to, you can do it by like literally one step at a time, or if you want to, just go and max it out. If you hit enhance, it's going to eat up the resources that it states. It's going to eat up the gold, the sky stones, and the rune enhancement stone. Now, there's some other buttons up here. Once again, we already talked about the disassemble bit, but we haven't talked about these two. Now, if you have the various alchemy items that you can shove onto these runes, you can use these. So if I want to, I can shove this Galaxy Stone low grade into this rune to increase the particular stat that I'm trying to do. So for this one, it will be able to increase your crit damage. Not gonna do that. And if you have books, you can put these on runes, and once again, it does the same thing. Notice that if you do this option, it will lock it down. You can't be able to get these books again, so make sure to kind of use these things, these certain items wisely. And then if you want to, you can filter it out over here as well. And that is pretty much it when it comes to you navigating and just using this rune page. So if you have any sort of questions, put it down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.